just like the Banana Splits. They're just the real band version of the Banana Splits.
For years, I thought that the Video Killed the Radio Star was Devo.
No, the Buggles.
Yeah. Don't know why.
Yeah. Believe it or not, my favourite version of that is, on a side note, my favourite version of Video Killed the Radio Stars by Presidents of the States.
Brilliant. Definitely better than the original.
Fantastic.
Definitely
the original's not good.
No.
It's not
Well,
good.
it is, but it's not as good as the President's version.
It's a different animal altogether.
So that was my... what's your next one?
My next one is a really obvious choice, and it's a band called Me Force and the Gimme Gimmes.
They only do covers.
Only do covers. Right? Only do covers. Been doing fucking covers for 20 odd years.
Which one is it?
It's Straight Up by Paula Abdul.
I am a massive fan of the original.
Yeah.
It's genuinely in my top... Could be my top 50 songs, the original.
It's super. But this version is perfect.
I think right now...
It's perfect. I'll play it for you when this is all over.
No, I do know. It's like all their songs, it starts differently. You wouldn't know what it was at the start.
The intro, this is where it gets interesting.
Don't they play different songs at the intro sometimes?
Kind of. The intro to that song, to Straight Up by Paula Abdul, it uses the intro from a 45 Grave song, Evil.
Right.
Yeah.
They do that a lot.
Evil
it's
by
clever.
45 Grave, and then it goes into that.
Listen, I'm not a big fan of the genre, but Me Force and the Gimme Gimmes are tight.
They nail it. But that's one of these super groups. Like you've got two lads from Lagwagon, one guy from No Effects, and one guy from Foo Fighters.
Right, Foo Fighters. Really?
Yeah, the guitarist from Foo Fighters. And the singer's a guy called Spike. He's you think he plays bass in a band called the Swingin' Utters. They're all these kind of Fat Wreck bands. So like the bassist is Fat Mike, who runs Fat Wreck Records, and he's also the singer and bassist for No Effects.
Yeah. So
I think it was just a group of his pals that he got along with. And I said, fuck it, we'll just bang out a lot of covers for the crack.
I have a beef with Me Force and the Gimme Gimmes though.
Yeah.
Back when I was in a band that did sort of punky-ish stuff, every time I wanted to do a cover, they'd done it.
Yeah.
And they'd done it in the way that I'd envisioned.
Yeah. They're spectacular at picking songs.
But I had it in my head, like, I'd bring it to the lads, go, what about, remember Hello? And we go into the Me Force Gimme
Done, yeah. The Simpsons done it.
And I swear to God, it must have happened 3 times in 1 month till I went, I'm going to listen to this fucker's back catalogue. And then when I did, I was like, oh shit, they're great.
Yeah. They nail every single version of every single song. Even their live albums, they're recorded impeccably, they're nailed.
The harmonies are so good.
But
they have to be.
That's a No Effects trait. You know,
yeah,
give out about No Effects all you want. Their vocal melodies are insane.
Again, they're one of the punk bands I don't give out about. I think that they have... For me, if the singer isn't ruining my eardrums with just a horrible... Like, that... There's a lot of punk that does my head in. But No Effects, I don't mind them. Like, I can't listen to Less Than Jake and all that crap.
No, just not for me.
But No Effects, to me...
Not for me.
Are different.
Yeah, No Effects... the first couple of records are so-so. I think they kind of came into their own when they they didn't get politicised, but they got a little bit copped on, and the songs weren't about
definitely with
riding custard cakes. They became a bit about saving the whales or something. You know what I mean?
Or drinking. Lots of songs about drinking.
Garbage.
Actually, speaking of which, Bottles to the Ground is such a banger.
Yeah.
I genuinely love that song.
Bottles to the Ground. But like in terms of vocal melodies, they're so good at writing a catchy like bangers. Their best of would be 100 songs deep. You know what I mean?
And they are. They remind me sometimes of the Beatles with the vocal melodies.
Yeah, they know how to do these 3-part melodies and all, and they
can break them into, come in slowly, stagger them.
They also have their own version of not their own version, but their own kind of Eleanor Rigby to a degree. They have a song called The Decline, which I think is 14 minutes long, and it's just outrageous. I saw No Effects once live, and I got lucky, and it was the time that they played The Decline live. And apparently they only play that song once per country ever. And I got lucky to see when they played The Decline. And it's one of these songs that has 17 million different songs in it. So what's your next one?
My next one could be a possibly obvious choice as well. It's a cover of the Beatles' Dear Prudence by Susie and the Banshees. I think it's
better than the original.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah, better than the original. And it's also, on its own, iconic. It's like...
It's their biggest song.
It's by far that... What do you reckon?
No, I checked it. It is.
Dear Prudence, yeah. Suppose this house...
It's their biggest selling song.
Yeah.
I don't think it's their most... You see, we can't really tell from Spotify. Spotify isn't a great choice of the plays. Yeah. But Dear Prudence is their...
I'd say
highest reaching number 3 in the charts.
Yeah.
And I think it's their biggest selling as well.
Then what Happy House maybe.
They didn't expect... Happy House is my favourite. Yeah. One of my favourites. Actually, no, a couple of songs off Tinderbox, which I find really underrated non-singles.
Also in the same vein, fucking Bauhaus doing Ziggy Stardust as well.
Yeah.
Was not necessarily better than the original, but on par as well. Like that, the Susie and the Banshees version of Dear Prudence is different.
Yeah,
and
it's much
holds
more
its own.
straightforward in terms of like keeping the rhythm and making it a song.
It's another like Slits. It
They-
has its own taste, but it's
Yeah, I don't think they had any idea it was going to be that big.
No.
I think they were going through a lot of shit at the time, and someone went, "You're number 3," and they're like, "Oh,
for
Jesus."
real.
Wow.
Deadly. Let's get on top
Nice.
of the pops and move on.
And I would never consider that one of my favourite Beatles songs, but it's one of my favourite songs by them, so therefore I think it's a better version. It is a better version.
Yeah, defines them as a band. It didn't
Yeah.
never defined the Beatles.
It's off Hyena, which is a great album. Susie and the Banshees, for me, don't get enough credit at all from regular people who talk to. If you talk to anyone that listens to punk or got, they're gonna
Of
put them
course.
up there.
Yeah.
But regular
Average
people,
Joe.
yeah,
They might know the names. Or like I remember, like when I was a young fella, if there was like some goth walking by, my outfit would say, "There's Susie, Susie Sue." And I'm saying,
they probably appreciated that not being called a Cure head for a minute.
yeah, I don't think my outfit even knows who the Cure are. To be honest, he just knew Susie Sue because a girl with the shit in her face.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't even know Susie and the Banshees. He just would have seen it on telly.
Yeah.
Susie Sue, because I think she had a crack at doing like her own songs. She done that song with Morrissey as well.
She did a song with Robert Smith as well.
Yeah.
They probably tried
Imagine
stories.
the scraps.
Scraps.
The actual scraps. I can't believe you cheated on me with fucking Robert Smith.
Can't believe you did it.
Right, my next one
Yeah,
is I Will Survive by Cake.
that's a great cover.
I'm going to call it now, love everything Cake have ever put out. I find Cake to be one of the most refreshing alternative bands of all time. Every record they've ever put out had something on it that I thought was fucking outstanding.
The first time I heard them was The Distance.
The
And
Distance, it's
like,
so good.
I just first of all I thought this song is incredible, but then when the riff kicks in, you're like, no way, that wasn't.
Yeah.
We weren't even nearly there.
No.
And now, and then when it comes in the end, the organ and the
Yeah.
keyboard all gone over.
Such a stellar band. Also,
They're brilliant.
they put out a compilation of all their albums about 4 years ago, I think, for Record Store Day, and it's worth a fucking fortune.
All on vinyl.
Yeah, it's like a box set.
One big box set, yeah.
And it's worth thousands it goes for. Like, I'm sickened I never bothered even going looking for it on the day, because I remember
would've
seeing
got
the
it.
list
You
for
would've got it.
Record
You know
Store
enough
Day.
people, you would have got it. I mean, no, you wouldn't have. Sorry.
Yeah,
rubbing
we're
salt
talking
in the wind there.
but I think it was like €200 to buy at the time. So I'm paying €200 for Record Store Day, robbing bastards. Now it's worth thousands.
I feel the same about
deposit on a house money.
I
Like.
feel the same about Type O Negative's collection on vinyl, which was about 500 at the time. Now each one individually are selling for about 300.
Listen, it's the draw. That's the fucking draw.
Painful.
But I Will Survive, yeah, that came out in 1996. Obviously,
Very
originally
different to the original as well.
Gloria Gaynor, who released the original one. That's first of all, I Will Survive has been covered 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's not hasn't been covered as much as Tainted Love.
Vanilla ice cream now.
Yeah, Tainted Love has to be the most covered song of all time.
That's why I took that off.
Yeah,
My list.
it's
I
too
had
obvious.
it on and I went,
I
no.
put it on. It's the original go-to cover song, but it's
too
being
much.
done so much, and I can't
It's
do
brilliant,
it.
but it's not. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But I Will Survive is up there. It's been covered a shit ton as well. Gloria Gaynor went on record and said this is her least favourite version of I Will Survive because he courses in it. I should have changed the fucking lock. I would have made you leave your key.
Yeah.
I would have known. Just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me because he
Yeah,
said,
I mean, I can get that. I can get that. If you're like, there's a lot of people over in America, is maybe not even religious, that just hate coursing. And I remember on TV, you could show a lot of things in America where you couldn't course
yeah,
on
yeah.
TV. So it's
you could show fucking dicks as long as they went hard, but you couldn't course.
It's bred into them. So I can understand if someone changes your lyrics to do something that you're against. I can get it. To be honest with you, I don't think she was going to like that version anyway.
No, I don't think it was going to suit her.
No, I really, really like that. It's very different to the original. I think it's the
But
feel
it's
of it.
so good. They have a lovely Cake have this lovely way of making something sound full yet restrained.
I know what you mean. If you look at all the instruments used, you'd think there's a lot more going on than there actually is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's probably just maybe 1 or 2 keyboard lines that help out in the back, but they do. It does sound like there's a lot going on.
Apparently, the singer from Cake is an absolute arsehole.
Really?
Yeah, an absolute prick. And the band wanted to tour a lot. They were like, fucking hell, like, we're making money here.
Yeah.
You know? Making a few bob on record sales, and were very popular on MTV and stuff like that. Because they had a particular look. They had that kind of beatniky kind of style. You know, where they were kind of golf shorts and fucking berets and shit.
Yeah,
had
they
a
remind me
particular-
of Tom Gray and the band.
Kind of, yeah. Tom
Yeah.
Green meets Rock from the Crypt. They had this
Yeah.
kind of like shiny, short kind of fucking style. You know, let's go golfing and then
Yeah.
fucking do loads of cocaine and kill hookers type of fucking feel about them. But the band wanted to tour all the time, and the singer was having none of it. So the band formed a band without him. I think they were called Ray Gun or Ray Gun Blaster or Blaster Ray Gun. I can't fucking remember.
Yeah.
But they toured the shit out of it, and I don't think without the singer, they left him,
including their stuff.
No, they wrote their own albums,
stuff,
done their own
right,
thing,
right.
and it was just billed as a Cake without your man.
That's a fucking shitty thing to do.
He was having none of it. Yeah.
Start a band with me, but here's an opportunity. We're huge now. This could set us up for a while now.
And they banged out albums to beat the fucking band. Like they have a shit ton of albums and a shit ton of singles.
Maybe I'm calling it that shitty. Maybe it's not. But listen,
my favourite song of theirs is a song called Ruby Sees All, which is it's just a beautiful fucking song. And again, it fits into that Cake thing. But in terms of covers, I Will Survive by Cake. It's just it does the job for me.
It does come to my mind when I hear it. Yeah.
What's your next one?
It's my last one.
Yeah, my last one's next as well.
It's a Kate Bush song.
Ooh.
So we know who's covering it.
Do we?
It's Placebo, Run Up the Hill.
I thought about this one myself as well.
I knocked off... I don't really care about because I'm probably not going to go in my second volume. I knocked off Live and Let Die for this.
Killer.
And it was a tough choice.
Yeah.
So at the end, I was like... Live and Let Die is one of the best covers of all time.
Yes.
But I don't feel super inspired when I hear it in a list of best covers of all time.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put Run Up the Hill simply because of how good... They're another band like Deftones. They do incredible covers.
Yeah.
Also,
that's a double down. That's my favourite Placebo song and also my favourite Kate Bush song. That's my double down.
Would you believe it's their second highest played song on Spotify?
Really?
Is that cover.
For real?
Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise. It surprised me, like it did surprise you just there. But after a while, you're like, no, obviously,
that's obviously huge.
And people love Kate Bush, and they like some people only listen to Placebo.
Do you remember what number one was? It was like Every Me, Every You. Or?
It was, yeah, Every Me and Every You was the highest on Spotify. Now Spotify is not engaged because a lot of people that haven't switched over to Spotify yet, even, and you know that's why we do it on Spotify. It makes our job a lot easier. Yeah. There's certain songs that are not on Spotify that are kicking us. They don't make it on the list because they're not on Spotify.
Yeah.
Run Up the Hill, bonus track.
So good.
Off 2013, Sleeping with Ghosts. Yeah. It's again like the Cigarettes After Sex. It's more melancholy, but at the same time more weirdly more upbeat at the same time as well. In terms of just straightforward beat, it's a little bit faster, I think, as well. Yeah. I think his vocal in it is much more haunting, and it's creepy. I
remember...
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
No matter who's playing it, it's a fantastic song.
I think it was a good idea to get the piano sound at the start, very like Kate Bush's. You change that, you could fuck the thing up.
You could ruin it, yeah.
I remember years ago... Reverby piano.
Years ago, trying to sample the chorus from Running Up That Hill for like a kind of electronic track I was making, and I could never nail it. Because when I had to like...
I mean Placebo's version or Kate Bush's version?
No, the Kate Bush version of it. This would have been before the Placebo version of it. I remember trying to kind of steal that chorus, that loop, for an electronic thing I was messing around with at home. But the only way I could make it fit was to kind of stretch it out, and it never worked properly. And I remember thinking, if somebody covers this, they're going to have to find a very ingenious way of doing keeping that tone.
Absolutely, and that's the bit. I remember thinking that when I first heard them covering this, I was listening to going, oh shit, how are they going to do the next?
How do you feel in the space in between the words? Because she had a real particular...
But how? Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to keep it? Like, are they going to put a riff in it?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? And he just rings the guitar.
Yeah.
Rings. It's just, and it is. Oh
perfect.
God, it's so good. It's one of the best covers of all time.
Yeah, it is spectacular.
I left it to the end.
I remember when it came out. It being jaw dropping. Absolutely, it was a jaw dropper because I didn't expect that from Placebo.
No.
That was like a lovely bridge between the early and the later stuff.
They did a few piss take covers, which are great. They did Daddy Cool by Boney M. They do their covers well.
Yeah.
But this one is one of the ones. It's a cover that stands up in your top songs.
Yeah.
And they play that at gigs. They always will. It'll always be one of their biggest songs.
That'll always be a hit.
Yeah. So it's not just.
They're never getting away.
It's not just a little bit of a holiday. Yeah. I think your last one.
My last one before we knock this on the head would be Dead Souls, 9 Inch Nails.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We were only talking about this.
We talk about this song a lot.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's
both versions
outrageous. Both versions are super. I think I prefer the Joy Division version, just because it's more deadpan.
Lyrically, it makes more sense, and it feels. Yeah.
You
see, you're right. You can cover Joy Division and do incredible things, but you won't. You have to take out the grim absolute, just desolate sound of that. You have to take that out, which is Joy Division. So you have to literally take the heart out of it and replace it with something good.
Yeah, you have to take the Joy Division out of a Joy Division song.